Tomer, welcome. Good morning. When I saw the Take-Two Zynga news, I immediately thought of you guys and some others, particularly because I think investors might need to make a choice. Do they believe that scale in game library is the way to go, or is it scale in relevant platform software, or is it both, which I guess AppLovin is pursuing? How do you view it strategically?
Yeah, so hi, thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having me again. Look, the gaming ecosystem within the app economy is growing super fast, right? Gaming is the biggest part of the app economy, growing the fastest. It's bigger than the film industry and music industry combined, right? So it makes perfect sense to me that it will grow all around, right? It will continue leading the app economy. I think it makes a ton of sense, the recent consolidation that you've seen both with Zynga Take-Two, us completing the Tapjoy acquisition, joining 3 other acquisitions that we've done last year. So I think people are gearing up to make sure they have everything they need to continue growing in this very exciting, very fast-growing gaming economy. And I think it will grow all over. But we will see more consolidation.
But I have some questions about whether it really will grow all over at equal rates. I mean, isn't what we saw with Apple's iOS changes and the focus on first-party data, doesn't that have an impact on the advertising marketplace within games more than, say, games that you pay for or game ecosystems where you control the flow of how consumers, gamers get introduced to new games? I mean, aren't there implications there?
Yeah, look, I think it's quite clear post, the IDFA changes led by Apple, is that still the gaming economy is growing tremendously fast. And at the end of the day, it really breaks down to not just how you get your data, because there are multiple ways to get your data. First party, we, for example, get first party data, SDK data, device level data through our solution with the telcos. It's mostly what you do with that data. And the fact of the matter is that the gaming economy and the app economy have grown so fast in 2021, and I believe it will continue growing in recent years. It breaks down to what really you do with data. And while the economy is growing, the app economy and game economy is growing, it's true that you see different players becoming stronger and some players are becoming a bit less so. And it goes back to how you build the infrastructure to enable you to analyze, to gather and analyze tremendous amount of data to better serve the users and the app developers. And I think it's quite clear today, a year after IDFA has been rolling out, who are the key winners of this change and continue supporting this economy to further grow in following years.
You mentioned the growth in the last year. Of course, a lot of people believe that gaming may be pulled forward because mobility took a hit in the pandemic. As we move forward and economies reopen, does growth take a hit, or is the mobile become even more important?
So what we've seen in our data is when COVID really started, we saw an uptake of around 10%, maybe a bit more than 10%. In the time that users spent within games, and as the world reopened, and we had different waves, so we could test it multiple times. It pretty much stayed the same. So we think it's the new norm. People are spending more time on their phones, doing more stuff on their phones. Mobility is growing, and we think, based on the data that we see, that this has become the new norm. We don't think we'll see any changes on that regard.